This is episode 162. Do you want to make money online selling your own product, but you just don't know what product to sell or who to sell it to? In today's episode, I want to discuss three eye opening things that I've learned from Steve Larson's OfferMind event that happened last week. It was a 3-day event, and I want to tell you three things that I learned from it that will help you gain clarity over what you can sell and who to sell it to. So, with that said, let's get started. Welcome to the Calm Marketer Podcast. My name is Kenneth Fong, a digital marketer on a mission to help businesses thrive. I'll bring you on my marketing journey where you'll get to learn from my experiences as an INFP navigating an extroverted world and get actionable marketing tips for your business. Thanks for spending some time with me today. Now let's begin. All right, so I'm not sure if you know of Steve Larson, but he worked at Clickfunnels for a few years and he was Russell Brunson's funnel builder. So he basically built funnels for Clickfunnels. And a few years ago, he left Clickfunnels and started his own thing. And he is a really smart person when it comes to creating offers, figuring out what offers to create, how to position your offer, and how to market and sell your offer. And last week, he had his OfferMind, where it was all about offer creation and talking about, what kind of things you can build, what kind of offers you can build, and who to target, who's your audience that you want to serve. And I learned a lot. I learned a lot over the past the 3-day event, and I wanted to share three things that I learned that really caught my eye and that I think will give you clarity if you do want to create an offer to sell online. I think these things will give you clarity over what you need to look out for and how you can position your offer and how to catch people's attention. So the first thing that I learned, or the first thing that really stood out to me that I really wrote down in my notes, was how to figure out an audience. So this is huge because you need to figure out an audience you want to sell to. Before you even create an offer, think about the audience that you want to work with. That's really important because you want to make sure that you are working with the people that fit you and fit who you want to be around. So when it comes to figuring out an audience, you need to look at the customer education to find out who is your dream who, that person that you want to serve. So make the market educate your customer. So they need to have bought something already in the past. So what does this mean? What does this mean to look at customer education? So when it comes to working with people, you want to work with people who are already educated in whatever it is, that you are selling or offering. So they need to be educated in that in some way. So you could think about it as, if you are a marketing consultant and you want to work with dentists, say for example, you are an SEO consultant and you want to get dental clients. So what's your ideal audience? An ideal audience is dentists, that's one. But if you want to really niche down and have much more clarity around what type of dentists, you want to work with dentists that are already educated in that particular thing, right? So work with dentists that already know something about marketing, know something about advertising, that have advertised in the past. So make sure that audience knows about SEO or has some type of idea of what SEO is. People who have already purchased SEO from another consultant in the past, right? That's a really great way to figure out an audience, is to figure out who are the people who already know about it and who have already purchased something around that product in the past. And you want to find the frustrated and angry people who have bought, right? So the people who have worked with SEO agencies in the past that are frustrated, maybe because they didn't get the results they wanted, or they didn't get the clear communication from the previous agency or the previous consultant, work with those people. That's your audience. And then the second thing that I wanted to share with you is the positioning. So there's two ways to position your offer. The first way is to compete. So to create an offer that competes with another one. So think about a new product that hits other types of products, right? So Windows versus Mac, they are competing, right? Windows computers like Dell versus the MacBook. They're competing against each other and really trying to capture the market share. So that's one way to position your offer. Another way is to complement. So what does that mean? Complement means, say, for example, smartphones, iPhones, for example. You could create an offer that's around smartphone cases or screen protectors. So you aren't competing with the phone, you're complementing it. So your offer is associated with that other thing. So it could be a smartphone case, a screen protector, so on and so forth. So there's two ways to position your offer. The second way to complement is the easier, the more, the easier way. If you want to have a competing one, it needs to be completely different and go against your competitor, right? So if you are an SEO consultant, you can figure out if you want to compete with another competitor or you want to complement the competitor. All right, so that's a way to kind of position your offer. So now is the third thing that I want to discuss. Now, before I tell you this last thing, I want to take a couple of seconds and invite you to leave me a review. If you like this podcast, if you don't like it, I need feedback from you guys. Leave me a review at ratethispodcast.com/The Calm Marketer. That's ratethispodcast.com/The Calm Marketer. And leave me a review after you finish with this episode. So what's the third thing that I learned? And I think this is the most, I wrote this down and it's a very eye-opening for me. And this really falls into the copywriting realm and the marketing realm. So the thing that really stood out to me was the messaging. The messaging is so important. So once you figure out an audience, once you figure out how you position your offer, figure out the messaging. How do you want to message? So what Steve said is you need to call out people in the marketplace who are feeling the frustration. So call out the people who are frustrated. Those are the people that you want to really market to, the frustrated people, not the people who are happy, right? Not the people who are happy with their marketing. If they're happy, why would they switch to you? Or if they are okay, if they are fine with their marketing, why would they switch to you? If they would switch to you, it would probably be around pricing. So if they're happy or they're okay with their marketing or their SEO provider, the only way for them to switch is to sell them cheaper. But you want to call out people who are feeling frustrated. So these are the people who hate their SEO company and they want to look for something different. They want to look for something new. They want to look for something that they haven't tried before. And that's where you come in. So call out the people who are feeling frustrated And the way to figure out what they are frustrated about is to do your research and see what type of words they are using, what they are truly feeling deep down inside. Sometimes they might not necessarily explicitly say what it is they are frustrated in. And that means you need to do the work and ask, right? Ask the people that you want to serve what frustrates them about their SEO company or what keeps them up at night. And you want to really hit home the frustration that they're feeling. So really make sure your messaging focuses on those frustrated people. So those are the three key learnings from that I got from Steve Larson's 2021 OfferMind. For me, it's, as a person, an INFP who is all about the possibilities and trying to do things that I think really fit my values and what I want to do moving forward. It is hard for me to kind of figure out my audience, figure out my offer. I think figuring out my audience has been a struggle for me for years, and it's still I'm still blank in a sense, but I'm slowly narrowing it down. And that kind of goes into what I'm doing in terms of my affiliate marketing and things like that. So for me, I'm still trying to figure out my audience, but I am kind of in a better place than I was before. But I'll see where that leads me, and I will update you on how my journey is with kind of creating an offer to sell online. So now, if you want to learn more about this topic of offer creation and positioning and figuring out an audience and messaging, what really helped me gain so much clarity was the One Funnel Away Challenge by Clickfunnels. Now, this One Funnel Away Challenge is a 30-day challenge that teaches you how to generate leads, create your first lead magnet, building your first sales funnel. They even they educate you and give you a crash course about email marketing, and they help you launch your funnel. They help you launch your first funnel. And they have the tech people that can kind of guide you and do some troubleshooting with ClickFunnels and make sure that your funnel is out the door. So if you want to take this One Funnel Away challenge, if you want to learn all of these things, take it. Don't hesitate. Sign up at thecalmmarketer.co/OFA. That's thecalmmarketer.co/OFA. So with that said, I will speak to you on the next episode.